What's that mouth? It's your boy Laugh. I'm looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy. And of course, it's House of the Dragon Season 2, Episode 5, EP 205, whatever you want to call it. The review,
Hot
recap,
D.
breakdown, reaction.
Hot D.
The episode called Regent. We had a great episode. And I got it. And this is for Ebony. We gotta start off with Ebony.
Oh
Ebony.
God.
Y'all still standing Daemon. This nigga a demon.
Let me tell you something. I still stand Daemon, but I don't know if it's because of his like mental state, but he's like this episode, he was like the least attractive I think he had been.
Toxic.
No, but I feel like visually he was like the least attractive in this episode than he's been in all of the season. And you know what? That's what it was.
I mean, he was trying to
He was
piping down his mom and his
right. Piping down your mom will instantly lose you some attractiveness.
And then he choked her. Choke sex with your mom is nasty work. What the?
Like, he was giving his mom a head, bro.
I mean, they are Targaryen,
but still, I think I could deal with it if it was like pedestrian sex, like good old missionary doggy style, what? You know. But getting like real nails.
Fellatio makes it different.
Right. That's just hey. But I've told y'all when it come to like threesomes and stuff, like if I'm with that person, that like one of the people, there's no kissing. There's no kissing. Like any oral contact is too far. But you in love with that hoe.
Daemon cut off the head of his wife's niece at the age of 12 in this series.
He did do that.
Seen his ex-wife face, and then he had sex with his mom. Listen, this man is unhinged.
He is losing his shit. He is slowly falling apart. But you know, I like a good descent into madness, so I'm here for it.
And he was looking at television. He was eating food, choking his mom, thinking about sex with his mom, eating food.
No, and that was even worse because then he went back to like the present time, and then you see this like disgusting plate of food.
Because hold on, you got to remember, Daemon's mother died when he was like young. She died to the younger brother to him and Viserys when he was like 3 or 4. So like, to be sexualizing her in your 40s is kind of wild when you didn't even know her all like that.
Your mom,
but you know what?
But damn.
He gives mommy issues though. Like he gives that.
She didn't say that though. Do you miss your mom? I was like, damn.
No. She said it must suck to like not remember your mom or some shit, not know your mom. I was like, well, damn, ho.
Witch Queen of Harrenhal,
You said to me, we about to fight. I don't care if I ain't never known my mama. That's just some real disrespectful ass shit. But you know what? I'm gonna put it in the bag for when I want to be real toxic and petty, and a nigga try me. I'm be like, that's why you don't know your mama.
Damn. So you're just out here hawking for niggas who have lost their mothers? Is that what I'm hearing?
Nah. No.
Oh.
I don't
know. It sounds like.
No.
And then he out here telling these people to go pillage and rape.
Oh, as I sat back and I went through the books after the last episode, fucking, it makes Vhagar and Melee's fight so much sadder because fucking their original writers after fucking Visenya and whoever else fucking were actually like married because fucking Vhagar's Viserys's and fucking Viserys and Daemon's dad wrote Vhagar before fucking Baela, which is before Aemon, which is fucking Laena, not Baela. Baela's the daughter. Fucking but yeah, they actually you gotta think about it, they rode together for hundreds of years, and then for one to have to kill the other is wild.
Well, and then we still don't know the state of Sunfire.
Well, they said
now.
Well, they said Sunfire's dead in the episode because remember he said his death was slow work. Which if that happens, that is a complete departure from the book. Yes. So this could be like I didn't see the body, so they're not dead type shit. Because fucking, not spoiler alert, but fucking Aegon and Sunfire definitely get involved in the fights later on as well. So if Sunfire is actually dead, it means I don't know if they're gonna
It
like
changed the
lose.
ending. It changed
Well, I
Excuse
mean,
me.
not as much as you'd think, because you could use like you could put some of Sunfire's storyline on other dragons. It's not like there's a shortage of dragons. You can fucking, because they're even alluding to fucking. I feel like Bela's gonna. We're soon gonna see her get sheep stealers. So fucking maybe that's like season 2 finale, some shit like that. Nothing like it. But we're getting deeper and deeper into the dragon seeds. But it just, as I went back and looked through the book, I was like, damn, it's kind of sad Vhagar and Meleys, because in the books it doesn't say that fucking Vhagar fucking pops in and drops the killing blow. It says Sunfire fought valiantly against Meleys and Vhagar was just there running support. But
Vhagar pulled a whole like Jaws moment. Like when I saw it, I instantly saw Jaws 3D. And I'm telling my age, but that's what I saw. It was for a slower episode, and damn near anything is going to be considered slow compared to what we got last episode. Yeah, like they're dragon fights. But I didn't hate, like, honestly, it was fine.
Look at all extra ferocious.
Yeah, it was fine for me.
Been pulling more blood and cheese activities. You know, he's like, here, go over here and do some dark, dirty shit for the crown, my nigga.
Right, but not being specific. So then when it comes back that they was waving Targaryen flags and shit, he looks shocked. He's like,
damn. What? But we'll get there. We're jumping through.
Right.
No, it's all about Daemon, and I do like how they present Daemon as a person who seems to throw out hints to do things, but don't take responsibility for it.
But okay, before we
like, do some wild shit.
Daemon,
I didn't tell you to do it.
When Blood and Cheese happened, I didn't have a whole big problem with there not being the third child of Helena and fucking Aegon there, because you know it was supposed to be the two twins and then baby Maelor, fucking. But now that you don't have the second son, it just sort of changes it a little bit to see. It makes it different as to why Aemon gets to be fucking the regent, and fucking why he now technically he counts as Aegon's heir since he doesn't have another male son, which isn't how it worked in the book because he still had his youngest son. But I didn't
think of that.
Yeah, as I say, it sort of changes the line of succession because, like I said, in the book, baby Maelor is the next in line, and fucking that is not the way it worked out as we saw this episode because he does not exist in this.
Which is an interesting thing.
But it's kind of fucked up because if you think if we're thinking this is supposed to be the true telling as they tell us, does that mean these niggas was just lying about another baby?
Could be.
I was gonna say they were like, no, just throw an extra one in there. It was just the twins, but look, it sounds better if she picks one son to die over the other, and then they kill the one that she didn't choose, which is how Blood and Cheese originally went down.
I think we still have to take everything that happens in this show, even though this is supposed to be like a truer telling, with a grain of salt, because as we saw with the story with Daenerys' eggs and stuff like that, like there are going to be things that just don't line up.
It is in fact Dreamfire that they're supposed to come from. I did go back and check.
So I think that yes, it's supposed to be
all
like
her dragons also look exactly like Dreamfire. Like if you look at them, they do. They all just look like Dreamfire in different colors: Dreamfire in gold, Dreamfire in green, and Dreamfire in black. That's literally Dany's dragons. But
another thing before we get into the episode, I want to talk about. I know we talked about this last week when my internet was going crazy in and out. But how do we feel about Aegon being shown in the episode? I know we talked about did we want to be more conspicuous? They did still hint at it though. They did still hint that he might not make it, but they showed him. Yeah. Actually.
And like I said, in the books, he plays a way bigger. It's not like people don't think he's dead for a long ass time, because it takes a little longer because he has to heal from the burns enough to be able to fucking ride, which is crazy to think about because in the book these burns were definitely from Meleys and not Vhagar. You know what I mean? But that's another thing entirely. But fucking I didn't expect. I expected to see him in this episode. I didn't think that they were gonna. It doesn't make sense. That's the thing we have to realize is that fucking timelines and books translate way differently when we're talking about putting them on a TV show. So fucking
See,
just
I
keeping
felt
a
the
character.
opposite. I expected them to kind of keep it a mystery a little bit longer, not say he was dead, not confirm anything, or maybe like show him, but like but the maester says he may not wake up or whatever in the episode. Spoilers, people. This is a spoilers episode.
I mean, I would
Um,
say that's what they're for.
yeah, like you hear him say mommy, and then later on, if you watch the preview, you got to have the captions on, read and watch, people. But if you watch the preview for next week, you see him like he's having in some type of interaction with Aemond. Yeah. So but I wanted them to kind of leave it kind of open ended a little bit longer, not just for us, but for the people as well, because I'm curious to know how quickly they'll let the people know he's alive.
Well, you got to think we already did it. The time skip was no small thing, and I think that's what we forget at times. Fucking the time skip they had was no little. It wasn't like it's not One Piece. We're not hitting the 2-year time skip. This was a 10-year time skip. You know what I mean? So by virtue of it being a skip, there's a lot of nuance that even if in the book, if it was like secondhand stories, it's still nuance that we didn't get because of the time skip.
Right.
So I mean, I can see what you're saying, but as far as like for the pacing of the show, I don't feel like it would make sense to leave, especially when they've already shortened the season from 10 to 8 episodes. We're over halfway through now. What do you do? Just keep Aegon off screen the rest of the season, or do you keep him off screen till the last episode? But then does it really belie like his grievous injury and the suffering supposed to add some sort of like? I think this might be the first episode and maybe ever that someone felt bad for Aegon. I didn't feel as bad for him losing his firstborn son as I did for him calling for his mommy and her not hearing him. I was like, damn.
I was twisting and turning when they were like taking off his armor and resetting his leg and stuff. As someone that has been in a traumatic accident, I was like, like my knees started aching. I was like, oh shit. And then it didn't help that I was eating at the time. And so I was like, let's luckily I was like just eating a wrap and nothing like my Sunday dinner or whatever. But anyways, the thing that I did like about the fact that they exposed that he was alive was in that he is alive is the fact that I think that it causes Aemon another level of stress where he has to remember that like as long as this man is alive, the position that I just took on can be taken from me at any moment in time. And not only that, but it could potentially get out that I may or may not have tried to kill my own brother.
No, but here's the problem though. If we're under the
up for interpretation,
but if we're under the belief that Sunfire is actually dead, like they say, fucking even if Aegon gets better, has it, and wants to get rid of fucking Aemond, are you nigga? You're down a dragon. You only had 3 to begin with. One is running rampant in the dragon pits because Helena. When's the last time you think fucking Dreamfire got some outskis time from the lady who's scrolling the story of the world in the Queen's chamber? If we're being honest,
she ain't been that.
Even if he wanted to get rid of Aemond is the only real weapon he's got. Aemond rides the oldest dragon left living, the last of the 3 conquerors. Fucking like, I mean,
he the only weapon they have. Like
for real.
Christian Cole said it today, and I mean, he said it yesterday.
Speaking of that, when I was watching it. I was rewatching it while I was at work, and I was like, "Ooh, no more cookie for you." The minute he didn't side with Allison, I was like, "You ain't getting no more ass."
She said it in the episode, by the way. She's like, "Oh, since we ain't at nights no more, you ain't on my team. Since
Yeah,
we don't,
I mean,
since we only you
She
only run the
also
day
said,
and night."
"I did not give you permission to say my name."
My
Ooh,
name.
ooh.
He did say Allison for like one of the first times. He's like Allison, like that. Listen, that man saw trauma. He like,
Mm-hmm.
listen, your name Allison. I don't give a what you talking about. Yo, I saw people get burnt alive and acid come from the body of it and kill a bunch of people. Listen, Aemon got it. He the only way we can win this month.
And I think he also saw, because he saw what he was doing, like when he found the king. I think he also knows that he could potentially be in danger if he goes against Aemon, because he's just as unhinged as Daemon. So
oh yeah,
no, I'm not going to turn over on the man that not only just set his brother on fire in the air, but then I just walked up on him and he was holding his sword like
Yo, the
he
witch
over
even
there
told.
like
also
what?
Yeah,
he
and then
also
pointed
took
at
the
him with his
dagger.
sword. Like, where's the king? He right there.
Yeah,
Over there.
but Black. Listen,
I burnt his ass. He right there.
what people have to realize is Blackfire. That fucking sword is so much more important later on that it's not even funny. And we could potentially get to see some of that because I know they're doing a show on the story of Dunk and Egg, which happens around the first one or two Blackfire rebellions. Keep in mind, people, there were like 10 Blackfire rebellions. Them niggas was rebelling. Um, but all off the back of that fucking sword, yo. So
Yeah, he pointed that motherfucker at him like he right over there with. I took this shit in his mind. He right over there. And I do want to, and plus Damon got the comparison to Aemon. Like, Aemon is unhinged. We need to stop him. Like, ain't he you? He your twin.
I, yeah,
He your
I mean,
nephew. He
That's
your
you,
he
twin.
is
fam.
he's literally one-eyed Daemon. Look,
He
all you
might
have
be a
to.
little. He might be a little crazy.
I
You
mean,
ain't never
think
attacked your
about it.
brother yet, but
You take the D from the end of Aemon and put it at the beginning. It's literally Daemon. I mean, we know that Viserys loves his brother.
yeah. I don't think the only thing is I think Damon respect Viserys more than Aemon
Well,
respect Aegon.
Oh,
but you
Damon definitely respected Viserys
but
more.
But you got to think, he also watched the Viserys keep the realm peaceful after the reign of Jacaerys for however many years he reigned until he died. Niggas wasn't fighting like that, as they talked about in the Black Council with Rhaenyra. Like, you niggas ain't seen war like that because fucking Viserys kept shit. He held shit down. He might have been the
I
frail
I'm
of
glad you
body,
brought
but
that up
I really like that scene.
because I loved that scene. Because I was tired of them old white men trying to tell Rhaenyra what to do. As a woman and a black woman, I felt some type of way, but especially as a woman, because fuck the patriarchy, and like, because we don't need y'all,
hey, look,
like, because
no,
we
no,
don't
because
need y'all.
no, because think about it. Think about it.
What I was there right
Who
there in
did
my notes today. I like
Who did wait? Who did she need? Who did she even say she needed? Come the end of this episode, she needed her husband. She needed Daemon, and she
Yes,
realized that.
but that is only because if she ends up dying, then all of it would be for nothing. I feel like if she wasn't the queen and she was just a fighter or whatever, she wouldn't be doing all that. But anyways, let me tell you why I love that scene though. I love that because he was talking all that shit. Like, he was just so well rounded in war and all of this stuff. And
Like,
she was like, "It's been peacetime." She said, "You are more prepared than I. You have not seen any no more war than I have." And then he just kind of looked at her, and then all the men kind of like looked at him, and then he just like slowly and quietly went and sat his ass down.
she got a
listen.
point.
He
I
was
thought
like,
everybody Damon
"Touche."
went to war. Like Damon went to war by himself. He by
Yeah,
His
himself.
damn self.
I was about to say he literally went and took on the Triarchy by himself, and was
By his
just like,
fucking
yo,
self.
he was like, we gonna slide on these niggas, and I'm gonna become king of the Stepstone, and I'm gonna take the crown of my brother, so he'll let me marry my niece. The fucking vibes. And that's what he did. He rode out on the bloodworm and got shit done. I mean,
And
And
did.
nobody has seen war but Damon. Out of anybody in this whole show.
well, Lanor's seen it, but he
Yeah,
he
sure.
he sailed off the Essos to be gay. So
Sorry, I forgot I was supposed to be registering for something.
Uh, but yeah, it was this episode.
hard
It was a
life
lot.
behind the gates.
But I did. Let's we can start. We can start
They
with
got nothing to do with Gates. It got to do with the convention.
That's what they all say.
I do love this scene started and how Sir Christian Cole
This shit
thought
did not work the way that they thought it was gonna work, though.
Christian
This
Cole
did the
came off the
opposite, yo.
He was like, why shouldn't they be happy that we won? They were like, oh, it's a bad omen. Dragons are supposed to be gods. And gods can die?
But I also like that they explained, like, with Maylee's, the whole stuff, with it hurts because you gotta think Daemon's mom, Viserys's mom, that she rode Maylee's. Daemon tried to claim Maylee's and it didn't work out. He ended up with Caraxes. But then his aunt? Was that Rhaenys' aunt or his cousin? One of the two. But then she gets it. You know what I mean? I don't know what made me think of that. My bad.
Random thought.
Kind of fucked up.
But yeah, it basically showed them that because the people were talking, you could hear them. I like that little part, and usually the captain like, I thought they were gods. That means that dragon don't.
Hugh Hammer, they're just meat, yo, and that.
No, but you still see that like there are people in the crowd saying, you know, Rhaenyra is going to respond to this, and it being it could be either a dark omen or like a preface of what's coming, you know. So I liked that they kind of took it in all the different ways, because especially when they were walking them through the crowd, though Allison's brother, because I can never remember his name. Gwaine.
He's like the dude from the round. Yeah,
yeah.
Like the guy from the round table. Arthur's
with him, you know, he's looking at it as like, yeah, they're just meat and all of this stuff like that. But then you see that the people are visibly like, oh my God, what have they done? What is about to be coming towards us? Like they're shocked, they're quiet. Nobody's sitting there like, yeah, they off the dragon. Yeah, none of them even look like, damn, I should eat the dragon.
But you got to think,
y'all hungry.
Well, oh yeah, they're hungry as fuck because Corlys is still got the food blockade. There ain't no waterway in or out. But and I don't think he's going to be relieving that after.
I even told them people they cannot move, dog.
Oh, he's smart as shit though, because low key they're shields, yo. More collateral damage. If you want to fly in and burn the city, you got to burn the people. If all the people run out, then it's just the nobles there. There's way less collateral damage to just burn you niggas. So it's smart, like it's conniving and very, very that's gated behavior of the nastiest kind, both metaphorically and actually. But it's a very, very messed up situation. Like, and here's the thing: the riots are coming, folks. I promise. Mm-hmm. That's a big part of this too, because they can't get past the blockade, so they literally can't get food. But I also like, as we saw them having to go through rotting produce. You notice that fucking Sir Christian Cole has got like the freshest looking lemon ever, just using lemon and salt to fucking clean his sword while the people are starving, which is, I mean, you got to buy the rotten lemon, but the nigga up in the castle's cleaning his sword with a fresh one is crazy.
Yeah,
that's some nasty work. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, that just stuck out to me really hardcore. I was like, well, also you gotta think the way they fucking, because even we've seen wars fought over spices before, yo. Salt's not just some. I mean, now it's just some menial thing, but back then, niggas had to work for salt. So,
it just made me think of the salt versus sugar thing.
Yeah,
had to work for that salt. You know what I'm saying? I also want to talk about this scene, because this scene hit different for me.
Yo.
Him being sad, his wife walking up to his throne.
But it's also like a mirror of the dream fucking Daemon had last episode, walking up to the fucking Iron Throne. Only he's walking up to the Driftwood Throne.
It is. So Aemon had that scene too, where he walks up to the throne.
Yep. All three of them. Well, shout out to white-haired crazy niggas. Well, Corlys isn't quite crazy, but I don't know. He just lost top tier milk, yo. You can't get over that easily. I know that shit hurts.
It
We've been
did.
there, brother.
It was tough to watch too. It was a little sad.
Nothing like losing. Listen, I ain't never lost a good white girl to anything as crazy as a fucking dragon fight. But goddamn, I've lost a couple.
Ridiculous.
But it's
How do you
never
make you
easy.
feel to her?
Yo, I almost had to phone in the therapist. Yo, I was like, damn, emotional damage. I was like,
The milk hurt, huh? Losing the milk hurt.
it's a motherfucker. You got calcium deficiency and shit, bruh. You have to think about how your life's going.
And then you also, I did like the fact that you saw Rhaenyra being sad to her.
I mean, why wouldn't
auntie,
you be sad?
her auntie, who actually looked out for her a lot of time, passed away. You know, they had promised she thought she was a little jealous of her, but if you remember the season, but
Yeah.
they did hit her. They did hit her like, I just lost my auntie. I kind of sent her out there. I don't know what to do. Everybody's leaving. My son out here doing the thing himself.
Yeah, but that's a very important. That's like an important part of the book that's coming, like Jace and his hunt for dragon seeds, which I'm sure we'll get into before this is all said and done. But so it's gonna be a big part. That's why I like the scene of him at the twins. I like that this episode we get to see a little bit more and know that even though he's not got the biggest dragon to fight with, he's still out here doing shit that's gonna help in the long run.
Mm-hmm. I liked when he told them, he said, "Get on y'all knees." That's what my mama gonna need for hair and all.
Yeah,
Get
bent
on them
knees.
knees.
Bent knees is what you need.
And I'm gonna be honest, like that should be a sound when he said that.
What, bent knees?
Make it a whole TikTok trend because he sounded excellent saying that, and I wanted to listen.
He sounded very strong.
Yep. I was like, I'd get on my knees if you said that. And I got bad knees. I don't do that often. So I'm just saying.
Shout out to the young white man out here getting these beautiful black ladies' engines running. You love to see
vroom,
it.
Vroom.
Both ways. Yeah, we're equal opportunity race mixing out here, folks. White gentlemen, if you can nail a black queen, get in there, folks. Listen, I nail the white one too, so it's okay. No judgment.
If you can nail, yeah.
Can I say this? She's my favorite character right now.
Oh, I love Bayla. I'm addicted to her.
Bayla's killing it. Carter's out here. Hey, listen, Father, we got work to do, and you out here. Listen.
She told that nigga though, I ain't trying. He was like, you want Drift March? She said, nigga, this is fire and blood, nigga. You know what set I'm banging? I was like, damn, she's right though.
I ain't gonna lie though.
That's Daemon's daughter, son. You think there ain't no crazy in there?
You done got him.
I'm just saying. I was just saying.
She said she got a bad knee too. Shout out to Angelica.
Yeah.
They just don't work anymore at this point.
Yo, bending your bad knees for the white boy on the baby dragon is crazy.
Disgusting. That's how you know. But his glow up was beautiful. He had a great glow up.
Huh? Yeah,
I loved it.
He is 14, god damn it. You fucking pervert.
Is he?
14.
In the show, he's 14?
He might be 16 in the show. Either way, fucking perv. I was waiting. I loved it. That's what it was all building to. I was like, I'll listen to him bending those knees for a fucking child.
Why are you trying to call you out like that?
I couldn't look. That was the only thing that blared in my mind as I read Angelica's comment and listened to Moonbeam. I was like, this nigga's 16 at the most. Talking about you gonna bend some knees.
But if I was in their verse, it would be normal. A and look, B. Outside of the verse, outside of the verse, he is of age. Even though he would still be a little too young for me, he is of age, and because what he's like, I think he's only like 19 or 20 in real life, though.
She found the age. She found the age.
No, I only know because I watch all the interviews and stuff that they be doing for press.
That's what they all say. Nasty work, gate beam. Nasty work.
Bro, we don't know what's going behind them gates doing.
I was gonna say them gates are looking crazier and crazier by the day. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Them motherfuckers look like Florida. They starting to look like Florida gates more and more. Them motherfuckers might be made out of
you
gators.
turn to me, Angelica, that's crazy. No, like I said the other day, I don't date under 30, so I don't smash under 30 either.
Hey, you could have fooled me because this young nigga was gonna fly through on that ass.
I don't know why we be doing the most about. First off, he looked grown.
Oh, here comes the justification.
In the show. No, I'm just saying. I can understand if it was like some. I know you're not talking, you lolly loving nigga.
Damn.
Who?
You.
Oh, I'm not a lolly Negro. That's crazy.
I like how you said it.
I was just saying. Listen, I'm very upfront and forward about my debaucherous likes. I don't think I've ever.
The harem and stuff that you watch is
no,
they're borderline lolly.
No, there's a difference, and you know it. But listen, I'm just saying. Listen. I'm the patron saint of degenerates. I'm not judging you, Moonbeam. I'm just spooling it up. It's okay. The projection was fucking crazy, though. You were like, this is literally her. She was like, damn. Did I just sexualize an underage fucking? Did I just sexualize an underage fictional character? I better say this nigga's doing it too. Like, is that how it works? I was like, this is a good. See what happens once you get behind them gates, folks. You would just
no, but I legit didn't know that he was that. Like I thought he had made it at least to 18.
No, that's what makes it so strong, though. Is he was out here getting in the reps while he was young.
Let me Google women. How old this boy is.
I was gonna say, go Google how old he is.
Because this is crazy.
It's okay. It's okay. She gonna need that.
Hey, no, we don't need that narrative push. Don't push that one. That shit is not funny.
Freaky ass nigga. Freaky ass gated Negro. This is crazy.
I don't know about taking us there. We got.
Oh shit! That was I can't see who lost their edge now. Moonbeam, huh?
Oh my god!
Damn, she done figure out some information. We gonna skip all that.
How old is he, Moonbeam?
Tony did not watch this.
Look, and here I was giving you bail. I was giving you.
If this is not already going to YouTube, cut all of that. All of that, because that is, yo.
I told you.
Oh God.
I was shooting you bail. And you.
See, that's why they shouldn't.
You was gonna go Google some shit, and she was like, "Damn, it's like that."
No, right? Just that's disgusting.
I know.
I don't mean it in the funny way either.
I know. I'm just saying.
That's why you should not have 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds playing characters that are younger because you're just fucking with my head. And see, Black don't crack. I can easily pass as like 21. So I don't be knowing these days. See, this is why I ask people how old they are and how old they think I am, because creeps out there.
Especially out here creeping on fictional characters and their pets.
Hey, but fictional characters.
She said, she got
as long as you're not pushing the narrative on me to deflect, we're okay.
No, fictional characters. As an anime head, we just get a little.
Yeah,
we get a little weird.
Yeah, I get it. I get it wholeheartedly. Like I said, people come to the altar all the time. They lay their perceived sins before me. I'm like, yo, that's not that bad. Yeah, hurt nobody. Get over it. Keep it moving, champ.
Taurus.
Hey, Tony.
He gotta have his little people talk. He that's what he's going for.
Yeah, you gotta be in tune with the small folk. You got, like I said, you can't be up on high behind the gate forever. you lose touch with the ground, with the earth, with the roots.
If Angelica said we got.
She said yeah. Wait, no, I ain't forget about you, Angelica. You was out there too.
Damn,
You,
what
you
Angelica do?
bring it. Listen, we're gonna have to keep the goddamn. We're gonna have to keep the red dot out. Y'all better watch out.
Targaryen.
Well, that's way nastier than Targaryen country. At
It
least.
is. I don't know. I didn't know what this is. All right, but
that
we
was
got
hilarious.
we
Shout
got
out the content.
we got transition from this somehow. Tori, make it easy.
Just pull up a photo and let's talk.
Yeah.
Okay, did y'all
Maybe no photos of Jace though.
ridiculous?
Let's go talk about
We're not gonna,
well, she's
yeah,
1,000
let's
years
talk
old.
about year old white women. Let's go.
Yeah,
I love Alice Rivers though. I cannot lie. I love her.
I'm not gonna lie though, the way they're doing Alice Rivers, it makes me wonder if they're like gonna change the way that she was used in the book when we're seeing like all these bigger changes. Because I don't know, and that's a good thing, kinda in a way, because maybe then it's not so much spoilers, people knowing. But like I said, who knows? But I don't know if this Alice Rivers and the Aemond that we have, I don't know if they mesh together. Maybe there will come some reason why they'll mesh better, but
damn.
she does have a very strong chin. I'd still knock her down. She's supposed to be ageless though, because like in the books, some niggas say that she was their strong sister. She was some say that she was their wet nurse. Some say she was in her fucking 30s. Some say she fucking Mushroom said that bitch was like fucking 300. And I mean, Mushroom was a mentally challenged jester, but he held shit down. So I mean, what if he's right?
Oh
What?
my god.
What? Y'all know what word I could have
No,
used?
no, I do. That's it's just so funny because you just don't give a shit.
What? There was a far. Well,
It could have been a lot worse. It could have.
It definitely could have. I could have threw an R word out there real easy, and it would have been way easier.
Angelica got a question for you, Tor.
I'd knock down a 300. Yo, just for like the
I don't hate it.
And the Witch Queen of Harrenhal at that. Get some crazy visions with that ass. Might as well.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Yeah, busting out. You busting the cobwebs out there.
Yep, knocking the dust right off of them real quick. I mean, hey, you only live once.
Y'all are not getting House of the Dragon
how many
coverage like this. I'm telling you right now.
How many chances do you get to hit ageless vagina? I don't know.
Right. Because if she's that old, but then she still looks that good, and you think that she just didn't keep it up down there, either you tripping. Because she already know, like, come on. It looks beautiful, but it could just be an illusion because we saw Missandei, okay? Yeah, we saw her, and it was.
But she was out here giving birth to shadow monsters and shit. So.
She was doing all types of shit.
I mean, that's a lot different than just like subtly drugging Daemon as he's going through Harrenhal. Which is, I think that's supposed to be like the ambiguous part. Is she hitting him with the powers, or is she just drugging him because we've seen her come into contact with him when he's ingesting stuff several different times, whether it's wrapping up his wounds or fucking feeding him at dinner. Fucking, we know she's the one cooking, and so, I mean, is it powers, or has she got the magic mushroom powder and she's just spiking this nigga on the fly?
Hey, listen, I can't listen. I was a dragonborn in Skyrim, and you married to an old 500-year-old witch who you got to get your ring from. It's crazy storylines out here in fantasy.
It is. but you got to think it was Skyrim, so like, marry plenty of hoes. There's hoes everywhere in Skyrim.
There's a lot of them. What else we ain't talked about in this episode before we get?
No, I was just look.
No,
Angelica,
people go
don't
last week
don't
episode
make
and
it
be like,
my
this
point.
is
Look, it is okay. Look, it's a TV show. We all know that. I'd hope neither one of you ladies were thinking, oh, I'm going to voraciously prey upon this underage fictional character. I don't believe that was the case. Okay? So, it's no biggie. But yeah, 300-year-old vagina, without a doubt. I'm knocking that shit down. That's experience.
Yo,
That's it.
I'm gonna tell
Right.
y'all about keeping
The
99
things that
reviews.
she can do.
Yeah, bro.
And she's a witch? Come on.
Thank you.
I'm gonna be real for y'all. From if y'all go week to week watching this show and keeping 99, y'all will be so confused.
Why?
Because last week was like the most nerd out section ever. And this will be like, y'all busted through it.
This is like casual conversations meets House Hot D.
I wasn't.
That's
Look,
what this one
this
is.
this only happened because I brought up an interesting point, and then Moonbeam tried to shoot me down with fucking projection.
You should have just kept it to yourself. If you
I
would have kept
couldn't.
it to
I
yourself,
could. It was.
then we could have just kept
But
it
look,
going. See, you
but
brought attention to it,
I didn't
and
tell
now
you
you
to
get me
Google
out
it
here
though.
looking like a
Yeah,
creep. So
I
of
didn't
course I
tell you to
can't die
Google
by myself. I refuse to die on this hill by myself.
It's okay. It's okay though.
By
I
the way,
wouldn't
this is
let you
why
die
Angelica
on this
wins.
hill anyways. That's why I'm. Look, what kind? But think about it. What kind of patron saint would I be if I didn't let my flock know when they were sort of skirting the line? Even if they were doing it inadvertently, it would be horrible if I just let you crash out. That's crazy.
You saying you much better than Jay Prince or Shakir Stevenson.
Facts. Although I don't want the rap a lot beef, I don't want to have to shoot anybody. That's not okay.
He said that's not okay. That's not what we're trying to do here.
I was gonna say.
Somebody
Yeah,
like
I
shout
want
out
the
to
world to be
Angelica
as
in the chat.
debaucherous as possible, and it needs all the people it can get for that to be the case.
So this is what this is from. Go to my channel. The most recent short is for Afro.
Oh
All right.
God,
This
this is a House of the hot D inbound.
Put your hands on me, nigga. What I tell you, huh?
I was just trying to stop you from crashing out.
You gotta explain what they gotta do with Tori.
Right. She just said you're gonna hit that shit too. You're gonna catch gingivitis of that. Who said I was gonna eat though?
I mean, it's Angel's vagina. You don't think it's like sort of like a delicacy that you might want to partake in once? Like
Tori called it vintage. Tori says vintage.
I would have to have like been born and a part of that life. Like you can't just whisk me off from like 2024 to like medieval, dirty, like bathing and barely like yeah, that's just nasty.
Yeah.
Because you know they all smell. You know they all smell.
White people still do
Yeah,
that.
but it's probably like it's like the earthy. It's earthy. You're in
what? Tori didn't have a response. He know it's true.
Hey, look, I'm a scumbag, folks. First and foremost, always and forever.
He know his other half, dude.
I mean,
see, he didn't even hear what you said about his people.
What about my people? Which ones?
Not us.
Oh, well, I mean the white side is very, very questionable at times, but it keeps life fun though. Because like I feel like
what are we pulling up?
No,
shake this off and go back to the House of the Dragon. We haven't even gotten through the whole episode.
They know what this is at this point. We gave up on this.
That's not true.
I'm opposed to it still. Okay. Ta-ta there, retard. Well, did you try it even yet? No, I'm not going to do it. Well, you're just anti-leg washes. I'm not going to fucking wash my legs and feet. You think that's just a black people thing? Clearly.
I'm just mad he said it like that.
Only one here who took the day off. Washes his legs and feet. No, I don't think it's a black thing. I think using a washcloth is for poor people, but I don't think that washing your legs and feet is for black people. I agree. I think the washcloth is a.
Apparently,
so so if washcloth are for poor people, then what is for rich people?
Well, no, see, I don't know. I use
a loofah.
I use a loofah on a stick though, so like I can make sure to get my back, and then I don't have to bend down.
That is so old lady-ish. You're such an old lady.
I don't give a damn, yo. That shit
I do use a loofah though. I use a loofah, but I use a cloth too because sometimes you need something that has a little bit more of a grip.
Well, you got to remember to change your loofah every 30 days. People forget that. It's very important.
All right, back to Hot D. And
Look, you're the
You
one who
started this. You the one that brought that video up. I tried to tell you to stay on track.
Listen, we've been off track for 20 minutes.
No, look, we were still talking about the show. We were just talking about the age of one of the characters and how
Angelica took us off track. We're gonna blame Angelica.
No, we're blaming you. You're the one in
control.
No,
that's what she said in the comments. I had she our special guest in the she our favorite.
Look, that don't matter.
She our favorite, and she told me to go to it. So we got sidetracked.
That is not an excuse, yo.
Listen, one of our favorites asked us to do something. We are required to do it.
How did we feel about the interaction with I never remember baby Bayla because that's what I call her. Younger Bayla.
Raina.
What's her name again? Raina.
Raina
and
Raina's the one without her dragon right now, right? She's the one.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, her interaction.
Unless they change it, she's the one that'll get old Sheep Stealer, which is the funniest dragon name out of all the dragons. Sheep Stealer is hilarious, but his name is very straightforward, and
he likes sheep.
He don't fuck around. He's coming for the sheep, yo. He's swooping down. He's gonna pick them up. He's gonna throw them in the air, and he's gonna roast them and eat them on the way down, and then fly off back to Dragon's Tongue. That's what he's gonna do.
I hope that we see that in this show.
It is fucked up because he literally does not give a. It does not matter, yo. Fucking if that nigga sees a sheep, he's gonna eat that shit. It don't matter what's going on. It don't matter if there's other dragons, if he's by himself, whether somebody's riding.
Do they talk about that a lot in the books?
Well, no, it's just when they go through like the whole dragon seeds, and then they start to explain the dragons that each dragon seed ends up riding. And then you get like the little brief bio, like this nigga look, they didn't call this nigga Sheep Stealer for no reason. He's out here really doing sheepy heists. He's taking whole flocks.
Sheepy heists.
I mean, he was really out here, he was getting to the wool.
So do we feel like her? She was kind of rubbing me the wrong way because I feel like everybody, like all of them are acting as if.
Though.
But I'm saying they're all acting like
lesbian lord, yo. Well, powerful lesbian lady in the books. I don't know how well that's gonna. If we get the crazy scissor scene somewhere in this season, I'm here for it always and forever. But
hey, it's HBO. You never know.
Exactly.
You never know.
But
what I'm saying is, it just seems like everybody's like, I want a dragon. Like we don't have like a million damn dragons, people.
No, but you have to remember the blacks have a lot more dragons than the green. Where the green have 3, the blacks have fucking 13.
And one don't get ridden, and it's just in the cave getting mad. So
I was gonna say one of the green's dragons is Dreamfire, and she's just below the Red Keep chilling because Helena is not going out to fight. Let's just be honest.
And then who else is? We got Vhagar. He's by himself. And then
but Vagar's got. You got to think Vagar's got to recuperate from the fight with Melees. It's not like she made it out unscathed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
At least got some nice bites on it too.
Oh yeah, the Red Queen wasn't no joke, yo. That dragon it wasn't anywhere near as old as Vhagar, but it wasn't young like fucking Jace's dragon or Luke's dragons or fucking the younger kids of Rhaenyra. It's not like, you know what I mean.
What is still young for a dragon? What is the age where they stop calling you a young dragon and call you an old dragon?
I think I'm guessing it'd be like pre-century. Like after a century, you probably get out of like the younger. Because you gotta think about if we're going off the rate that Dany's dragons grew. I mean, think it was only fucking 4 or 5 years before the motherfuckers were really getting up there. And even with fucking like Luke and Dragon that he wrote, it was still in the process of growing.
When you saw it, that thing was big.
Yeah, but I mean,
small for a dragon, I guess, but it was still big.
You gotta think when we're talking about, and there's still Vermithor out there too. Okay, but is Vermithor on Dragonstone or is he in the Red Keep? Wherever in the season finale of the first season, the dragon that fucking Daemon's singing the Valyrian lullaby to is Vermithor, which was fucking King Jacaerys' dragon, and there will be a dragon. So the dragon, I'm pretty sure it's on Dragonstone because they wouldn't go keep that nigga at the keep with nobody to ride him. Keeping dragons on the Red Keep without riders is fucking nasty work. That's the whole point in Dragonstone. You keep the large amounts of dragons out by the sea because, I mean, keeping a bunch of dragons under a city that's fucking got 1 million plus people seems to be like a liability. At least riderless dragons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we found in this episode that Macy's got a plan, right? She got a. What her name? Well, I can't say her name right. What her name? Mary's. How did I say her name? Right?
Are you talking about the white worm? You talking about the white worm? I just call her the white worm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Massaria.
That was like who?
Massaria.
Yeah, Massaria. I don't know why I said Masonry. But yeah, she helping
Mississippi.
Rhaenyra. she helping Rhaenyra come up with plans. She's like, hey, we need dragon riders. Your father and them and his father, they kind of, you know what I'm saying? So we can find somebody to ride these dragons real quick. How many they got? 2 or 3 more? 2?
Yeah.
No, they got more. I think they have more than 2.
Wait, hold on. We talking about the blacks? They've got like fucking 10.
I was about to say they have way more than 2.
Without a rider?
Without a rider, there's sea smoke. We know for sure there's sea smoke, even though he's technically on Driftmark. Driftmark's controlled by a black house, so they do have access to him. But you've got Sheep Stealer, you've got the Cannibal, you've got Vermithor, you've got fucking there's another one. But I think I'm pretty sure Daemon says altogether they have 13. Which
dragon was it that we saw in the preview for next week? Because we see them go into the pit and see a dragon. Which dragon was that?
Probably Vermithor if they go into.
I felt like it was Vermithor too because it was big as hell.
Was it bronze color?
You can't really tell in the light because they're like in the pit. I feel like it was the one that Daemon was feeding that day, where he just went down there and was like feeding it, and he was just like standing there.
Well, that's because that was his daddy's. Vermithor was his daddy's dragon. Which was also his granddaddy's dragon. But, Vermithor, and we saw the nigga once again who's supposed to ride Vermithor as a dragon seed this episode. So, I mean, it's coming. It's got.
Has there ever been a dragon rider that wasn't a Targaryen?
No, they're pretty much always Targaryen bastards because you have to have blood of old Valyria to ride dragons.
Gotcha.
At least
because I know they mentioned it in the show, and then they were like, "Well, it could be diluted, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it wouldn't work." And so I was just curious if there was ever a person that was able to get on a dragon.
We got introduced to a lot of brothers too, bastard children randomly throughout this season.
Oh yeah, I love think the nigga that was in the bar, and also the bar maid was the same fucking girl that Alice made drink the moon tea after fucking Aegon forced himself on her. But yeah, so I mean, there's dragon seeds out there. Hugh Hammer, fucking of course, Adam and Alan of Hull, they've got fucking Valyrian blood, which is old Valyrian blood, so they technically have a shot at riding dragons too. So there's always that. But basically, if you don't have blood from old Valyria, ain't no dragon finna fuck with you. And we won't get into all the dragon seeds this season unless they just start sending fucking Jace everywhere for like the next few episodes, and like we're just gonna get this huge exposition. So like we won't get any of like the cheekier, because there are some cheeky dragon seeds. I mean, we're seeing a few of them. There's also some dragon seeds that I can already see it. People are gonna love and be behind, and then fucking we're gonna get in the later seasons, and they're like, I can't believe this. I was behind this person. Why? And it's just like, yeah, you forgot who wrote this fucking.
I was about to say that's George R. Martin. You feel me? Like
forgot who wrote these.
Nobody is safe. Nobody is safe.
Nobody.
I always love when I put someone or I witness someone finally taking on Game of Thrones and like watching it. Like I'll never forget. I was on Discord with a friend and we made him watch it. And so we binge watched all of Game of Thrones with him. And it was so funny. And we made him turn the camera on so we could see his reactions to certain shit. He couldn't talk about nothing else during, like, after the Red Wedding. He was just like shook. When everything happened with Joffrey, he was like, yes.
It was so much better in the book. So like the Red Wedding.
Oh yeah.
Part of TV, but you gotta think in Game of Thrones we didn't have like the sub story of fucking the Lord of Light bringing Catelyn Stark back to life as a vengeance zombie lady. Shout out to Lady Stoneheart out here fucking hanging niggas all through the kingdom just cause. But
rat catchers finally got down, Tori.
Right, he was like, somebody cut the fucking rat catchers out.
Yeah, I was gonna say blood and cheese are finally not, but that dog held it down. Forever. That dog was still. He even got kicked and was still kicking it. Maybe he. I
know.
Pieces of rotten flesh that were falling because. I mean that.
It was so funny though because
everybody's starving, so it's not like they're gonna be feeding the dogs.
It was funny because on the internet when that episode happened, it was like people were more sad about the dog getting kicked than like the child that got beheaded. Everybody was like, oh no, the dog. And I was like, that's the world we live in though.
They're like, yo, this 3-year-old got beheaded. And we're like,
it's like, it happens. This is Game of Thrones. You kicked a dog. How dare you?
Yeah, but you got to think it, especially in film and TV and media in general. There's always that we have these tongue-in-cheek moments, and there's always like the kick the dog moment that they speak of. It's like when you truly know a character is irredeemable when they hurt some animal or smaller creature, and fucking if anything, it's totally George R. R. Martin to be like, no, look, I'm legitimately just give them an actual kicking the dog moment. Like we don't need like the metaphors and shit. Like just show them this nigga kicking the dog so they're not surprised when he kills the kid later. You know
right. I mean? And then you also see the opposite of like a good person, because in Yellowstone, there's a scene where Rip has to put down a horse and he was like, I'm tired of shooting horses. He was like, he said, I much rather shoot people than I would a horse. Like I never want to shoot a horse ever again. And I was like, oh, it teared me. Animals dying just in general is like really, like I still haven't got over Samantha in I Am Legend. Especially because then he always calls her Sam, and then it's like Samantha, and you're like, and it's a girl. No, Samantha was the cutest German Shepherd ever, and I cried. I cried like a baby. I love dogs. I had a dog for 13 years. I have one right now.
I cry over Mufasa.
I'm a dog person, you know. But
I cry over animals. No, Mufasa was sad, but it don't touch like half of what happens in Fox and the Hound. Like,
listen,
Fox and the Hound is so sad.
For real.
Listen,
you said what?
Your brother betrayed you.
Getting knocked down for real.
Yeah, Fox and the Hound was just still to this day. I feel like it's the saddest Disney movie ever.
It's up there.
It's definitely in the top 5. People be like, Bambi this, Bambi that. I was like, Bambi ain't got nothing on Fox and the Hound.
Holler at me when we get a live action Fox and the Hound.
Bro, when I tell you, I think I may lose it. Like, I think I'm gonna get into my Karen bag and create a strongly worded letter and send that bitch to Disney and be like, the devil is a liar. How dare you?
Yo,
how dare you live action this?
While we're here, do y'all think Bambi will hit his hard since everybody go hunting and shit to see a real?
Yeah, no, listen. As a person from Indiana who has taken the life of a few deer, I don't give a fuck about Bambi. I bet Bambi.
I'm saying you wouldn't even care. He's like, Oh yeah, you're like,
I
oh
live,
yeah.
I live in the South, so you know the answer to that.
I was gonna say,
Like,
Bambi would probably be fire and
Tell
some
them,
chili
Angelica.
after he gets a little bit
We don't like
older.
these babies being beheaded out here. That's wild.
no, I feel bad that the baby got beheaded, but I'm
Yeah,
just
but
saying
it's
on the
Like,
internet there was more conversations about the dog being kicked after that
well,
episode
the
than the
dog
baby.
was the dog was low key a more poignant moment that gave us a lot more foreshadowing on what was to come. The beheading of the child was sort of like the sort of the marker on like now we're done. Like we've showed that the small folk are always who gets hurt first in conflicts. Now we can.
We saw that in Game of Thrones when Stannis freaking when what's his name burned his own daughter.
Well,
As if she wasn't
I know
already
that,
going through
but
shit.
that
Like, no, I'm
was
saying like
yeah.
those things I don't think hit the same because this is Game of Thrones and we've seen stuff like that. But like the dog was just as helpless as the kid. The kid couldn't do nothing. The dog couldn't do nothing. The dog was just there.
You gotta think the dog couldn't even tell anybody to help it. At least the kids could vocalize. I mean, it
well,
wouldn't have done
technically, his
any
mom
good.
picked him to die, so that's fucked
You,
up.
yeah, and you can't, yeah, but and you also like in the case of Stannis' daughter, we saw how much yelling at the fire did to help. It did not.
Oh, is there a reason given in the books on why she chose that particular child?
Well, in the books they
No,
did it
no,
different.
because she burnt. I was gonna say because she burnt a different child in the books. um, yeah.
But was there a reason why she burnt that why that child in the books?
Well, because you had to be the blood of the king, so she used one of Robert's bastards in the books.
Wait, no. I'm talking about why
Helena.
why Helena chose the child that she chose.
No, they never give a reason. I guess she just they say you gotta remember third hand accounts that she figured it was easy for her to put Naylor because he was young enough to where he wouldn't understand what was going on at all, and it was more like she was trying to like so in some ways lessen the blow to the children that would actually could perceive what was happening, and Blood like, oh well, she's made sure to tell him your mom wanted you to die, and then he made Blood kill the other one that she didn't pick. So yeah, but yeah,
I just was curious, especially since she's like so she can see everything.
Yeah, but that you got to remember that is not the way it goes in the books. She cannot see. She does not have dreams of the future or fucking anything like that. She is a brother fucker who then loses her child and goes crazy and can't take care of the other two after it happens. Like, because she feels so guilty that she literally can't look at Maelor, so fucking Alicent literally ends up adopting the baby because.
That might also be why they didn't add him too, so they didn't want her completely crazy.
Yeah, because you got to think she picked him to die, but he wasn't the one that died.
Yeah,
like she has
that
to
one,
live with that forever, and every time she looks at her face, she thinks of fucking the child that did die, and yeah.
So.
But she can see the future now, so I mean, she doesn't have to be.
That is different. That is different too.
I really enjoyed watching Alicent like slowly implode in that meeting, though.
I was. That's gonna be my next question. I don't know how you
throw the shit off the table. I really wanted that moment. I wanted her to be like, ugh, and then just storm out.
Hey, Tor, how you feel about Ebony enjoying? I knew she was gonna bring it up. How you feel about Ebony enjoying the patriarchy, Tor?
You love to see it.
She enjoyed that patriarchy.
Who said I enjoyed the patriarchy? That's not what I said. I said that I wanted her to just like fling the shit off the table. And if you would have heard me before you started saying that, I was like, but that only would have played into what the men were saying, that we're like emotional creatures, that we're not prepared or good enough to be ruling over the land. So see there?
But you
no. It wasn't even the fact that they chose Aemon over her. That was the moment was just watching her sit back, and then she's like deep breathing, and you're like seeing it, and then they're just still talking. And I was just like, I was hoping that they would have like move the shot over to Kristen Cole, and then he's just like he can hear her like panting. Is just like, I really wanted to see that. I wanted to see him go, and she's like,
that's a little sadistic. I'm not gonna lie.
I just feel like that was a missed opportunity.
A missed
Visually.
opportunity.
Yeah, visually, I felt like Game of Thrones, y'all should have did a quick shot of as all the men were sitting there talking and ignoring her. Sir Crispy sitting next to her, like, because he still kind of cares and is a simp, looked over and then really realized how damn unhinged she is and was like, damn, she gonna be real mad at me.
Yeah, but
when I leave here.
Gotta be out here fighting niggas with dragons with no dragon.
Nope.
So you can't.
Not at all.
No, she was. Boy, they had. Oh, I like the little eerie sound when it just rings in the ear while they talking. Hey, man, we got this playing. She just sitting there like this. Not listening. She just got them bells ringing. That's when you know she crazy.
Yeah, that's when you know she was about to snap. But let me tell you, karma comes quick for hypocrites. It comes real quick for hypocrites because, baby, y'all usurped Rainier and all of that shit.
You got to be honest.
Talking about a woman couldn't lead and blah, 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 blah.
Karma and then Clubfoot turned on it too. That was so good. Clubfoot, like, listen.
What'd you say?
I said Clubfoot turned on too.
No, Kami. He said something like twice.
No. I was just saying karma takes a minute to come back around, especially when it's got to get through some gates. It could take it a second. For the high towers, of course, behind the gates of Old Town.
Okay, because I'm like, what did I do to deserve some karma? Like, golly. I haven't done anything.
Leave it to a woman to internalize and take the goddamn talks of a fictional character and make it about her. All off a single word.
Anytime you bring up the gates, everybody that's ever watched the show knows that you're throwing a shot
to hear
at
what
me.
I said. She heard the word gate and was like, "What did he say?" He said the word gate. I'd like to hear what he said.
Right, because he talking shit under his breath. Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest if you're gonna throw shots.
Have you ever known me not to say anything with my chest? Do I seem like a rock and hide hands kind of guy? I mean, unless you.
No, that's your friend. That's not you.
I know. I was gonna say I'm very direct. I'm very Kendrick Lamar about it. I'm a
no, and I appreciate it because anytime I'd be like, "What'd you say?" You repeat yourself.
Always. I take it as a.
It's good to know you like to listen. I'm glad you listen to women, even if it's just me.
I got 4 sisters. You gotta remember, I got 4 sisters. And 3 of them are older than me, so I've had to listen to women for a very long time.
That's why you push the patriarchy so hard. Yeah, they traumatized you growing up, didn't they?
They were all bigger than me too.
Yeah, they stressed you out growing up. I can see it now.
And Tori's 6'5", you know what I mean?
Why do you do that?
It changes all the time. It's like he's 6'2", he's 6'5", he's 6'1".
I'm literally
he's 6'8" today.
I'm 6 foot even, folks. Please don't find me.
Anytime he doesn't keep up, he goes up like 2 inches.
That would be crazy. I'd spend a lot more. I'd be spending crazy amounts of money in the league if that was the case.
So we're like, hey, I got these bumps to make you taller.
Yeah,
Brenny James, I got you, dog. Brenny, I got you.
I could be out here pushing to the youth.
So when do you think we're gonna see Otto again?
Not for a little. I feel like maybe like Battle of Tumbleton area somewhere in there. I don't even know if that would happen. I don't even know if that would happen this season though. So like maybe not, because like it doesn't. I mean, it depends on how quickly, because we've heard them mention Darren, which is the Targaryen child that they sent away, the baby that was born right before Viserys died. Fucking the one that was in the carriage with him. Fucking he's been out in Old Town. He's got a dragon too though. So like if they bring Darren in this season, fucking, I mean, I don't know. That'd be the only way that I could see us getting back to Otto, because he remains in Old Town for a pretty good chunk of it after he's removed from being the Hand, I feel like. So it might be everybody before we see Otto again. Niggas missing auto now. Now that we got Sir Kristen Cole as the hand?
No. I asked it because she put up the greedy pappy thing, and so I was curious to know if we thought that we would see him sooner than later, especially now that Aegon is up.
Y'all better not have been bad mouthing my mans while I was gone.
You are actually we didn't have to. Not really, outside of saying he wasn't gonna get no more cookie because he turned on his sugar mama.
How does that explain?
You know what I mean? He did what was right for the kingdom. You know? Him and
for once.
Him and Aemon, they was in cahoots, obviously. You know.
Wait, were they in cahoots, or did Kristen Cole just realize Aemon's the only nigga with a dragon on our side who can fight now?
Both.
Because let me ask you, Howie, do you feel like Helena's finna run down to the pits and get on Dreamfire and rally the troops now that Aegon?
Definitely not.
Okay,
definitely
I was like, I don't know if Helena's gonna go run down and grab her dragon saddle and get on the war campaign. Aemon, on the other hand, could get on Big Granny Vhagar at any point in time and get after some shit.
But my man Cole, he did lose the box. Obviously,
he did. He lost out on Queen Consort box. So
man, we
what's it called? What did she say in this game? She said, "If your loyalty is faded, or is it only at night?" I was like, "Damn."
She was like, "Nigga, you only fuck with me when you got the Bluetooths."
Mm-hmm.
Cold game.
Really?
Cold
Bluetooth
game.
Ad? We need to
That's a valid question.
We definitely need to add, yo.
Valid question.
Tora, are you only a lawyer at night?
Yo, only lawyer at night is crazy.
You said what?
Make me the heir to Driftmark. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, I'm sorry, but you can't be. I don't know if you want to be out on Driftmark, out in the high tide, fucking.
Dang, Angelica.
Yo, Angelica, I need you to chill. Get the disparaging comments.
Slaughtering your client out here.
You know what I mean? Don't talk about Kristen Cole like that.
The slander is crazy for the hand of the king.
You know what I mean? He's the hand.
He is the hand. Even though the king burnt. He did say his white cloak was the only thing he had that was worth anything. To try and make a queen give up a whole fucking country. That's tender dick activity.
But see, he could have it's no different than a relapse. Okay, you made a mistake. Get back on the train. You feel me? But nah, he was nah. I'ma just keep smashing.
I mean,
sometimes the yams is too good. You gotta keep smashing.
I mean, you know the redhead.
He didn't know what Alicent's yams was like, though. He should have never delved into that. He probably could have. It's like repenting, but you can't repent and then keep doing the same thing.
Listen, Aegon
out here to go to heaven.
Aegon out here crying, looking for his mom's attention,
all the bad stuff in,
like, yo,
I feel like
where
it's real
Kristen Cole
I'll repent at the end.
Where Kristen Cole at? Yeah,
she like, where Kristen Cole at? My son crying by himself in his room. Where Kristen Cole at? I can't do it. He yelling, "Mama, I don't hear him right now." That's Alicent right now. That's why Aegon like this.
I mean.
Also, that's why Aemon like sucking on the titty of the lady in the thing. Listen,
a whole lot of mommy issues.
The brothel owners. Suckling the brothel owner is crazy, but shout out to him.
Daemon too. Daemon got the same issues. We saw that in this episode.
I was gonna say Daemon was definitely knocking down his mom in this episode. But
how did it defend?
Defend Daemon. Defend his crazy werewood sex with his mother.
Well, it wasn't real.
No, well, obviously it wasn't real. His mom died when he was.
It wasn't real, but it was definitely no. And the whole time that scene was happening, I was like, "Who is this Targaryen woman?" I was like, "Did I forget her from season 1?" And all of a sudden, then it was like something like my son, and I was like, my whole face changed. I was like,
but you know that's
the original writer.
He ate the box of his mom, and like it was
the box of his mom.
All of that is true to the Targaryen
lore. The cardboard receptacle of his matriarch.
Listen. all of that is true to the Targaryen lore, though. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
are some ancestral motherfuckers. You know what I mean? So,
But
you
has
know,
anyone messed around with their mom though?
I mean,
Siblings, yes. Mom? Has
listen,
anyone messed
it
around with
was.
their mom?
I don't know why he was
I mean,
fantasizing about his mother.
listen, there's a
You know what I
whole
mean?
Pornhub category devoted to it. So I mean, I'm not gonna look. Listen, there if it's out there, there's a market for it in
Listen,
2024. So
I'm gonna blame it on Harrenhal. That's all. I'm gonna blame it on Harrenhal.
That
I
witch
mean,
made up.
look at you,
Which
wonderful
maybe
lady.
do it?
I mean,
Crazy.
Having mommy issues to the level that you had to sleep with in a dream state is crazy.
yeah,
But
that's
It
some
you gotta
repressed.
think, is it
That's why
him
you
dreaming,
need therapy.
or is it Alice Rivers messing with his mind? She is the Witch Queen of Harrenhal at the end of
She
the day.
is. I mean,
Bro,
I can't wait. I hope that we find out how much of it is him and how much of it is her.
we hope it's
Because
all
I,
him. So
I
that's
can
some
think
sick
of a
behavior.
couple times where she's came into like I said, she could just be drugging this nigga.
Yo, he
right.
out here seeing his ex-wife is
They get on some crazy shit like she's drugging him and then like talking to him in his sleep while he's having the crazy REM sleep, and then that's how the whole mom thing happens. And then she's like, "Yeah, but you was thinking about your mom because I was sitting there whispering mommy issues in your ear while you were tripping balls at night."
Mommy issues. Mommy issues.
And
Do you
that's
miss
just
your mommy?
I
Imagine her sitting there saying, "Do you miss your mommy?"
Yeah,
do
And then
that's
it turns into that.
it's an ageless
I,
vagina sitting next to you
crazy work.
whispering
I
in
do
your ear.
like this scene. One of the funniest scenes was Daemon like my prince, my king, but
Oh, that was good.
he like, but what you call the husband of the queen, the king,
King consort.
And then he
Consort.
goes
consort.
consort.
He like,
He was like,
was
that
that
last
last
part
part?
was a little bit unnecessary, don't you think?
Yo, my man
I
don't
enjoyed
care at
that.
all. He the only dude that don't care what Damon be talking about. Damon had told him
Yeah.
at 5 times to respect my name, and my dude just said, "I'm giving
No, before that scene, it was funny when he woke Damon up. He said, "What is it?" He said, "Is the pudding? Has the pudding been served?" Because he always talking about food. That shit had me rolling. He was like, "What is it? Has the pudding been served?" I
Yo,
was
my dude
like,
is so
Damon
uneasy.
is such an asshole.
Yo, him and
I
Damon
mean,
probably my favorite duo because that dude don't care. Yo, Damon like he said the prince. What you call me? You call me the king. The
but
king.
as
What
you guys see,
consort?
Damon can't stay at Harrenhal forever though. It hit
Nope.
him and the good Lord Strong bromance has to come to an end at some point.
Yep.
Let's
Look,
hope that.
Angelica said something wrong with you. Idiot. Yo, my dude don't care. My dude like, yo, we poor. We poor.
Hilarious.
I
Yo,
prefer the land
that
basically.
duck that he was eating though was
Disgusting.
so
He ate
rare,
that
and
meat like you his mama.
I like duck, but that's got like a little lore flavor text because one of the big things they talk about how you can barely get a hearth to light in fucking Harrenhal because
Tori, you
the
think he was
So
making
it
that
was
soup by himself?
rare. It was real rare. Ugh.
niggas
No,
gotta
it
leave,
was.
niggas gotta leave outside the castle to cook shit just so they can get a fire started in a pit somewhere because
See, I
the
wouldn't
hearth.
survive because I have temperature issues. Like I reheat up everything because my shit need to
That's
be
crazy.
about to burn my tongue. No, for real. I'll take it right off the stove and I'll still pop it in the microwave for like another 30 seconds because by the
Big
time I
back
sit down,
activities.
hey, y'all for Sunday. Y'all want to know what I had for dinner Sunday
Oh Lord,
before
it was probably
I watched this? My ass had a ham.
what?
I
Hold
had a
on.
ham,
No, you had a piece of ham,
greens.
right?
What kind of ham?
I
You
didn't
had.
eat the whole ham,
Oh well,
but
you
no,
said you had a ham, and I was like,
we
damn.
did, I did have a ham, greens, baked macaroni and cheese, chicken and rice, croissants. It was just. I
That's a
almost sent
lot
y'all
of
a photo, but
carbs,
then I
Joe.
didn't want y'all to feel bad if I sent
That's
it
a
to
lot of
y'all on
carbs,
Sunday.
Joe. You going
It was like a Thanksgiving dinner on like a random Sunday.
That's a lot of fucking carbs, Joe.
It
It's a
was
lot of carbs,
delicious.
John. A lot.
That's a lot.
I have
That's
a
a
bag.
lot.
I told y'all I have a big bag when we talked about body hair and stuff. Like if I could have the bust down of body hair,
But you
could
got,
hide my bag.
How the
but
hell
you,
don't the
but
dream
you got,
story? Like, what the fuck?
but you gotta think though.
I think he
Look,
was on that episode.
carbs don't. it's so much harder to work off cards. It's a lot easier with like the lighter foods and but we're talking.
Do
We're
I look
talking
like
House
I've
Dragon.
tried to work off anything recently? Y'all, I'm about to have Ozempic face in another 6 months.
Yo,
Because
not those.
once I get back from DreamCon, a bitch taking something.
Shout
Because
out to
Um,
Ozempic.
shout out
Ozempic
to
is crazy.
Ozempic.
No, hold on. Unless we're getting the fuck not shout out to Ozempic, unless there's a check that you guys are going to tell us about.
Yeah, we can't shout show without.
No,
Uh,
nah, but
by the way, I think we covered
I'm just
everything on my
kidding.
list. Hollywood, what's your thoughts on this episode since you come in?
Let's rate it.
This
Well,
joint was ass.
damn.
No.
But
It's actually, I
the
enjoyed this episode.
building.
I enjoyed this episode. I mean, we got to,
We got some dragon seed lore in there, yo.
right.
We're
We got
getting
some
them along the way.
Dragon Seed lore. My man Jace out here.
I was about to say he's about to get in his bag. I don't know if that's gonna happen this season, but we're about to get his epic quest to be like, hey, you want to risk your life to try and ride a dragon, nigga?
Right. Got the,
What are
we
you
got the
rating it out
mentions.
of 5?
We got the mention of the other dragons, Vermithor and what was the other one?
Silverwing.
Silverwing. You know what I mean? So, overall solid episode. You know what I mean? It wasn't like too much action. You know what I mean? But I
Rated out of
also like
10.
I don't know. When we saw the Valyrian steel armor getting pried off of Aegon, that was some action.
yeah. Also like the the Riverlands, they standing on business. They like, listen,
Shout out
brother,
to the Tullys.
we don't get down with that bullshit that you on. So, you know what I mean? We rather die than ride with you. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you said that. That scene was really good when they turn around and then you see Syraxis like come up and is like on some Godzilla shit, and all you see is like the face behind it. It was good. That was a great scene.
I mean, you got to.
I'm not talking about. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when
when Daemon meets up with Lord Bracken.
When he turns around.
Lord Bracken.
When he turns around, you just see Syraxis like come up and like his face, and you can see it perfectly.
But
and it's all it just looks so good.
That they did with Vhagar when Aemon told her to wait in the last episode before they got in the fight, and she did a little lay down like in the snort. It was one of them.
I still liked. I liked that because it showed personality. I liked this one because it literally looked like it reminded me of like. Well, I am from Florida, but it reminded me of what you see in National Geographic, like videos of gators.
The alligators, yep.
Yeah.
But that's
like how they're just like looking at you.
That's because Vhagar is old, and alligators are some of the oldest lizards, so you got to draw the parallels so it strikes that kind of fear with folk.
I appreciate it.
Shout out to Vhagar.
Shout out to all the dragons. They're really. I'm so glad that we get so many dragons.
Yeah, but it's kind of fucked up because we know how this ends.
We do.
We do know how this ends.
I was gonna say, just look at Game of Thrones. Tell me how prevalent the dragons were, and that's how this ended. But we'll get some Blackfire rebellions out of it. That's for damn sure. Especially once because they're gonna give us like the Hedge Knight as a HBO show too, which is. I mean, it's a few years. It's like a couple decades after the Dance of the Dragons. So
they might well give us Aegon the Conqueror too. They might well just give us that'd be doing too much, and that's nailing down fine points on fucking. I would say
somebody asked me that the other day too. If they thought that we would see Aegon but see, the thing is, you got to remember, like Aegon is still super far from where we are now, which is also super far, even further from where we were in Game of Thrones.
Conquest is 150 years prior to where we're at in House of the Dragons.
Right.
And House of the Dragons is 150, almost 200 years before the start of A Song of Ice and Fire properly, which would be Game of Thrones.
They was gonna do
no. It was someone asked me if we were going to see the Mad King, and I was like, that is super far.
No, but we have a better chance since they are doing the hedge knight. There's a way better chance of like seeing him like as a. I don't think we get to see him so much as like we get to see his dad or like his uncle, because you got to think the Targaryen bloodline as we go on, it gets thinner and thinner. You know what I mean? Like by the time we get to Mad King Aerys, it was literally him, Rhaegar, Dany, and Viserys, and then whatever. Yeah, so there was literally 4 of them at that point, and one was a girl. So there's that. But I mean, as far as continuing the name and the bloodline, patriarchy, you know how it works.
Shout out to
You
the
see what happens
patriarchy.
when you put women in charge.
Okay, Chris, what would you rate it out of 10?
The episode, I give it a 7.
Okay.
Tor?
Yeah, man.
I'm
It was a good episode.
I'm inclined to go. I'm inclined to go 8 because I'm a sucker for the little stuff. Fucking they played into my little nerdiness. I was like, I like the little nods here and there. I'm always a sucker for exposition and staging. So I mean, we'll see. There's only 3 episodes left after this, so shit's gonna ramp up.
Definitely.
Evan?
I'd go somewhere between like 7.5 because though there wasn't much action in this, I felt like everything that we saw was important, and I think that they did some really good storytelling. They gave us a lot of background information that we didn't know, and watching Corliss's performance of him kind of grieving his wife, I thought was really good. So it could be like a 7.5. I could have probably given it an 8 if Alicent would have threw all that shit off the table.
Why would you? But that would just make her look like the fucking.
I know
angry.
it would prove the point. I was just saying I thought that would have been hilarious because she was literally trying, but it would have played into the narrative that the men have already put out there about why a woman can't lead. But it would have been good to see.
I mean, you saw the look on her face when fucking Aegon picked up. I mean, when Aemon picked up Aegon's voting sphere, she was like, "Oh, it's like that." I mean, but also, I want to take the time to say shout out to Lady Erin for telling people how many people have smashed themselves against her bloody gate. Shout out to her.
I give it a 7.5 too. I think it was a
I'd
solid
smash
episode.
into her bloody gate. Let me tell you.
Shout out to the bloody gate.
Shout out to the bloody gate.
All right.
Look, listen. You got to remember. Moonbeam. Children who have never known peace and children who have never known war have completely different value systems. Okay.
Facts. Facts.
Shout out Don Quixote do Flamingo.
Thought she was gonna stay with Rita. She ate all my chips. Yo, how you gonna eat all my chips like this?
How you eating chips? It's like the season 8 of Game of Thrones. That's crazy.
Yo, season 8 of Game of Thrones.
We're at Starbucks cups. Bro, I hate how lazy I was. HBO, do not do the final season like that ever again. That was crazy. How you don't even edit out the Starbucks cup to keep it on the thing? Like, who the fuck?
No, because once it was noticed, like once it was all over the internet, I would have re-released that episode so fast without that cup. But then again, why? Like people that's gonna watch it, and you see, we all came back for House of the Dragon. They said we made our money already.
I'm pretty
sure the Starbucks cup is what made that episode lit.
Yeah,
it was hilarious.
Without the cup, I wouldn't have watched it.
If you go watch it on HBO Max, they've edited the cup out. Like
yeah.
Having a cup, like having a post production and not looking at a Starbucks cup in medieval times is crazy.
Yeah. Shout out
he
to
said
Varys.
I was focused on the people.
He admitted that it was him that fucking. He was like, I left the cup there. I was like,
yeah.
The master of whispers. The master of Starbucks.
And they were all blaming it on Daenerys too. That was so funny.
Yeah. He was like, that nigga got drunk and told me the truth. I was like, damn, cold game.
But I don't know. Y'all got anything else on this? So I can play NCAA?
No, we're gonna get. I don't know if we get another dragon fight this season, but if we do, it'll have to be a big one.
I feel like that's what they'll give us for the final episode. Honestly,
there's only one dragon fight I'm looking forward to, and we all know what it is.
The battle at Harrenhal.
Yes, sir.
Do you think that do
I
you think
don't
they'll
think we get.
finish the season
Look,
or with Battle of Harrenhal or
that would have to be like episode
the
8.
final episode? Yeah.
And I don't know if they show us the ending of fucking, like, they'd probably show us like the start of it. You see Vagar and fucking Caraxes flying at each other, and then that's the end. They
Or
probably
you
do
just see
shit
them
like
like get
that.
there.
Yo, I swear to God,
Yeah,
if
you
they
see
end the
you see
season off
Vagar
like that,
arrive. Oh, if they end it, think about it. If they end it with Vagar when Vagar pulls up to Harrenhal,
Yep, that's how they go.
but you
That
gotta
would not surprise me if they ended that way.
But you gotta think, fucking, depending on how they do the timeline, technically Daemon would have to leave Harrenhal for Aemon to get there, because it's Daemon and fucking Caraxes showing up to get at Vagar after he takes over Harrenhal when fucking Daemon gets called back by Rhaenyra.
right?
Hmm.
Like, there's
Yeah,
no
but it
dragon.
looks like in the next episode she's gonna call him back. So then that would
So
give us 2 episodes if they give us a
yeah,
short
but
little
he
time
doesn't.
skip.
But you got to think there's fights in between. He doesn't leave and then fly back to take Harrenhal immediately.
Hmm.
They set Jace up for his journey to find the dragon seeds and shit and fucking. So there's a whole bunch of stuff. So if he does leave the next episode, I think we wouldn't get the Battle of Harrenhal proper till like midway next season.
Yo,
I just
Because
miss 12 episode seasons. Like when did
you
we
got to
start
think.
doing this? 8 and why?
Well, the first season of House of the Dragon was actually 10 episodes.
Was short.
It,
Yeah,
right.
it,
it was
it was 10
shorter
episodes, but
than
they
12.
decided to shorten it to 8 for this season for whatever reason. And maybe that means they'll give us a 12er for season 3. I don't know. It
They not.
depends
They
on
do.
how
It's
they.
less money to like. You got to pay actors per episode, and they don't want you to pay it. They don't want to pay actors like that. That's the reason
That's
we get a new power. So they gonna put Ghost and they gonna put Tariq
You
and
got to
Tommy on the
think
same show.
they've also
They
been
ain't got to pay
making
them.
they've also been making the Hedge Knight while they're making House of the Dragons too. So they're trying to set it up to where like they can seamlessly, like, they'll get us through 3 seasons of House of the Dragon, and then they'll be like, bam, here's the Hedge Knight. This is 20, 30 years after the end of the Dance of the Dragons, and you get to see how the realm's adjusting now that there aren't fucking flying nukes,
Hmm.
but there's still Targaryens riding around. So I mean, dragons are
Targaryen.
dragons.
I just can't wait till we. Nah. I'm cooking.
She,
I can't turn the
she,
mic down. I'm cooking.
she
Cooking.
did. She did actually turn up, but
She wasn't ready for what she asked for.
shout out to Angelica. But that's all I got. Ain't nobody got nothing else?
I
No.
just can't wait till we
Meh.
see the other dragon. You know what I mean? From
Yeah.
Vermithor and them.
Getting
Like,
to see
listen, all I'm gonna
Vermithor
say is to the
proper.
people that ain't read the books and all that. I mean, I'm not, I ain't gonna spoil it for you because I ain't one of them niggas. But
We
Don't
appreciate you.
push
this
me or I
John,
will. I am one of them niggas.
Because I'm close
this
to the
John about to
edge.
get, it's about to get crazier. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
The,
that's what
the,
I
I
told him
recommend
earlier.
everybody try and read them or listen to the audiobooks after this season is ended. Like when you got the time, get the audio version. You can get through it fairly quickly that way if you don't want to
But
sit
it
there and
is.
like open
But
up the book.
hold on. Before you tell people to get the audiobook, you must tell them this book that we speak of for the book Fire and Blood. It is written like a fucking history book.
Oh
It is
yeah,
yeah,
it's
not.
long.
It's
It's
not written like.
long.
But I mean, well, of course, it's George R. R. Martin. Of course, it's long. But I mean, the way that it's formatted, it isn't formatted like fucking an
Praise that
actual.
I'm tripping.
right.
Hmm.
I mean, you're gonna learn when you read the books about
No, but I'm
most
saying
of the
even like just
Targaryen
listening
kings,
to it.
about most of them.
Like my aunt thought that she was done, and then she found out that she still had like close to like 1,000 hours or something left to it. She thought she was about to be done. I was like,
Listen, just mention my boy
yeah,
Magar
or
the Cruel a
5,000
little bit
hours. It
more.
was something crazy. No,
But
I can't wait to see how this season plays out since we're already so far into it. Like it seems like it just started and we're already on episode 5 or what episode are we on, 5 or 4?
Five.
Yeah. So we only have 3 episodes left. It's going quickly.
Got the House of Dragons. We got Queen
Yeah.
Serpent. We got Power coming up, Bel Air, and all that stuff. Power coming back September 6th, which is a long time. Tori and Mike went out. Found him an Afro coming, 765. Ebony, what did he say? What's his saying?
Oh, follow him at Afro Comedy 765 on all social media platforms. You can find him on Wednesdays at the Blurred Cartels Round Table. Right after, you can find it on this channel for casual conversations with me and Zelme. And then on Fridays, you can find him at the Blurred Cartels Friday Night You're talking some wrestling. You already know the vibe.
You already know the vibe.
Something. Hold on, because I know it and I just lost it.
Damn,
For shit. No, give me a second, because this is gonna drive me insane. And
he gonna be real
I
sad.
always say it too. Oh my god.
Damn, we put the camera on her. She froze on.
Man, she
I can't
froze on it.
believe I forget. No, and I say it all the time with him. And when he doesn't say it, I like beef with him. That's crazy. It literally just left me.
She forgot.
Something, something inflammatory.
And what?
What is
Something
the first
flagrant, something
part?
inflammatory,
Something flagrant?
I don't think it's
something
flagrant.
flagrant.
It's flagrant. It's flagrant.
It is flagrant? Okay.
Yeah, something flagrant,
Something
something
flagrant, something
inflammatory.
inflammatory. Dang. I really don't think the first one's flagrant though.
It's 100% flagrant. Like I've been doing
You
this
said
show.
what?
It's 100% flagrant. I done heard it so much. I done heard it a lot. Shout out to Tori.
Yeah. Shout out to Tori. Put me back up so I can do mine.
Oh yeah.
I was there anyway. Alrighty. Since I messed that up, you can find me at Ebony underscore Moonbeam on all social media platforms. You can find me on Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time for Waifu Views, the female blur led podcast that gives you everything fandom with a side of waifu. We talk a bunch of anime and nerd stuff. We did not have an episode this weekend because we are trying to mentally and financially and emotionally prepare ourselves for DreamCon. You will be able to see all the waifus at DreamCon next weekend, not this upcoming weekend, the weekend after. We will be having a show this Sunday, though, where we'll talk about what you should have to prepare for going to a convention. And you can find us at Wife Reviews on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. You can also find me at Ebony underscore Moonbeam on all social media platforms. I am typically on the Blurred Cartels Roundtable on Wednesdays, and then right after that on this channel for Keep It 99's Casual Conversations with Zelme and Afro Comedy 765. And then you can find me on Saturdays
Give me one minute. I'm go
for
right
the
now.
Make It Make Sense podcast. And we just did an episode where we talked about the Captain America trailer. So be sure to check that out on YouTube. And yeah, that's it. I'm prepping to give y'all a bunch of great stuff and content come DreamCon. So look out for that. Please and thank you.
The man cooking. He cooking it up.
He really is cooking. You can hear it
Yeah, man, I'm
Christian,
really cooking.
sizzling.
You know,
Christian Cole Laurie is cooking
Chef
up
Boy
in
of
the mix
Hollywood.
out here.
it's your boy Halil Sensei the Blur Carteesi. You know, I'm in the kitchen cooking right now. That's why I ain't on the cam. But tomorrow we on Welcome to Hollywood. You know what I mean? I think I'm gonna do another. Either one gotta go, or I might do my. I might unveil my my top. I told you I was gonna do this top 50 rap albums of all time. You know what I mean?
Eminem new
So
album was number one, right?
I might reveal that one. Eminem album. The review is
It's number
coming.
one.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I ain't checked the billboards. You know what I mean? But the Eminem album review is coming. Roundtable this Wednesday. What it sound like this Thursday? We got we're gonna do the top. We're gonna do the most iconic music videos of all time. So, you know what I mean, tune in for that. And then, next week your boy will be in Texas. So if you're gonna be in DreamCon, holla at your boy, the Blurred Cartel gonna be in the building. You know what I mean? And then also,
Gang gang.
I'm on that NCAA 25. When I get back from Texas, I will be streaming that heavily. So, you know what I mean? Get ready for my dynasty mode, road to glory, all that shit. You know what I mean? Also, I am gonna be starting a dynasty, an online dynasty league. So if niggas want to get in, holla at me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm I'm probably gonna be in there with Hollywood. We gotta see what team I'm using. Only team I played with so far is Miami, and then I got a show, so I need to cut this game off in first quarter. Because I'm like, I am not showing up if I don't cut this off real fast. But Angelica, I do got one, but unfortunately, it just decides it don't want to work all the time, and then gets mad at me, and then leaves my whole chat, and I have to put it back in, and then it leaves again. But I will probably have to fix it and yell at it. I had a custom bot, but then I forgot how to do it because I ain't did it in 4 years. I had a custom bot. Shout out to my boy Phil, B to the T to the E. Dynasty is a mode in NCAA 25 college football. And I haven't done this in a long time, so I said I'm going to get back to doing it. I see you alphas in the building for 1 second. Can alpha please get a wazam? I love y'all. Misha, I appreciate you. Shout out to Angelica in the chat, always showing love.
Always.
And I know y'all got a question, so I'm going to answer for you alphas.
Who are these niggas?
I ain't got no answer for you, but
play when he drops the snow bunny. I don't support black men who date out the race. So until Bronny James stops bunny hopping, I can't do it. I'm happy for him and his father though. If Bronny James stops bunny hopping, if he doesn't stop bunny hopping, I can't support that. No snow bunnies, no sand bunnies, no salsa bunnies. No salsa, no sand, no snow, no rice. I said no salsa, no sand.